Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Extra Gents. It's time for an unboxing, first impressions of a new fragrance that I just got in. It's Carolina Herrera's Saffron Lazuli. So I bought Mystery Tobacco a while back and I loved it. Mystery Tobacco is awesome. And I knew I wanted to get another one from this line because I'm thinking they might have a lot of awesome ones there that I just haven't checked out, haven't smelled. And this one caught my eye. And so I bought it. It is pricey. It's not affordable at all. I bought it from fragrancebuy.ca, and even at a discounter, it was still over $200 US. With Mystery Tobacco, completely worth it. I think at that price, it is still absolutely awesome. I love that fragrance, and I'm hoping that I love this one too. And I will link this in the description in case you want to check it out. So let's go ahead. Let's open this bad boy up. Let's see how it smells. So this one came in the mail today. I haven't even opened up this outer box that it comes in. So first, let's take a look at how the presentation comes, and then we'll smell the fragrance. So this is the outer sleeve. You have on the front the name of the fragrance, the name of the house, the size, the concentration. It's an eau de parfum concentration. Has a Carolina Herrera logo up top, nothing on the sides. And on the back, you have your ingredients and the batch code, which is 93261. But this is not the actual box. The actual box is inside. So you have, once again, the name of the house, name of the fragrance, size, concentration on the front there. Obviously, it looks much, much nicer than the outer sleeve. And then there's nothing else on the box itself other than on the top, there's the Carolina Herrera logo. And on the bottom, you have the ingredients, the badge code, the barcode once again. And I do really like the presentation here. The bottle, I know it's gonna look awesome. The box is really nice. It feels premium. So yes, it is a designer house, and it's obviously their more expensive line from the designer house. But even though it costs a pretty penny, at least it looks really nice and it feels good in the hand. It's like stuck to the bottom here. There we go. All right, the big reveal. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, that looks cool. I like that. That's neat. That's such a sucker. Oh, wow, cool bottle. So obviously it sits in here like a little throne that the fragrance is sitting inside of. And there's a little card on the back. You know what I feel like? I feel like I'm somebody at an award show, like the Oscars or something. They have a little card and the winner is Saffron Lazuli. So you have some of the notes here on one side of the card, and on the back it says, "Believe in your dreams." As a tribute to Carolina Herrera's perpetual power to triumph, Saffron Lazuli appears as a trail of shooting stars that make all dreams come true. The warmth of the saffron red pistils reveals smoky woods with intoxicating tonka accords that forge the path of a gem-powered fragrance. So here we go. And here we have the bottle. I like that. That's a cool color. So if you hold it up to the light, you can see the fragrance through here. This blue coloration is on the inside of the bottle. Enough of this. Let's look at the bottle closer. Sorry. So here you got the bottle. You have the name of the house, the name of the fragrance right there on the front. Really nice blue coloration, as I've been harping on. Very heavy in the hand. On top of the cap, you have the Carolina Herrera logo. It is a magnetic cap, and a darn good one at that. Carolina Herrera logo once again on top of the atomizer and inside of the cap. And then on the bottom of the bottle, you just have a little information, the size, the concentration. The badge code is actually etched in glass at the bottom of the back. Okay, so it's finally go time. Let's go ahead and spray this on. Let's see how it is. Mystery Tobacco, I absolutely fell in love with. That fragrance is a little bit similar to Red Tobacco or Carlisle from Parfums de Marly, but I actually think that the Herrera is the best of the bunch for me personally. So let's see how this is. Oof, great atomizer. Let's let that chill out for a second. All right, let's go in for a smell. Really nice, really smooth. Yeah, this is solid. This is good stuff. So Mystery Tobacco, I think for a lot of people might have a little more appeal because it's built kind of on that that foundation that people already know they like. You know, red tobacco and Carlisle, that style of fragrance, I should say, is readily available and people love it, and it's done so well. This is a little bit different. This is kind of doing its own thing. Off the top of my head, there's nothing I could really compare this to and say, oh, you know, it's like this, only with a twist. It's kind of its own deal. It's sweet. It has a smooth leather pretty much right away, like a very smooth blanketing leather, not at all harsh, not at all rough, not at all animalic. Also, you can pick up a little rose kind of in the background right away. Warm spice from the saffron, decently sweet as well, but not overloaded sweet. So sometimes with saffron, it can get so sweet that it's almost like this bubblegummy kind of feel that comes through, or just like a hyper synthetic kind of syrupy saffron. While this is a sweet saffron, certainly leans more toward that side, it's not overwrought, it's not overdone. Also, an additional little bit of sweetness from tonka kind of coming through, peeking through. Oh man, it's switching up on me, switching up. The name is Saffron Lazuli, and that saffron obviously is going to be one of the main focal points of the fragrance, but the sweet part of the saffron, like the more sweet leaning, that part of the saffron is kind of stepping away, and now I'm getting some iris that's coming out, and man, this is good. The iris is a little bit creamy. It's not really overly powdery or anything like that. Again, I keep saying it, but quite smooth, quite smooth. I know there's Gaiac wood in the base, but I'm not really picking that up right now. I'm not getting any kind of smoky facets from that. Sometimes Gaiac wood, depending on how it's used, will give you a bit of a smokiness. It'll give you a very rich, sometimes even lightly earthy sort of woodiness to the fragrance. Not really picking that up right now. Instead, I've got more of a focus going on of the iris along the periphery, the saffron giving that spiciness. Now a little black currant kind of peeking through, giving like this tartness that's kind of sneaking out. That rose that I felt like I was picking up more in the opening, as the fragrance dries, I'm actually having that kind of fall by the wayside, and it's like a very lightly green rose, like it's a bit fresh, not quite as powdery as you might expect. It has like a nice little edge to it, like a little bite, not too much, just the right amount. Now, all these fragrances, I believe, are unisex fragrances. Mystery Tobacco leaned a bit masculine for me. This one is definitely unisex in the sense that a lady can pull this off easily, more easily than Mystery Tobacco, but I think this one also has a little bit of a masculine lean to it. So I guess I should reword that and say that a lady could easily pull this off as long as she's got a little confidence and is a little more adventurous with the stuff that she might wear. As this opens up, it gets better and better because I'm starting to get now some vanilla coming out, like this warm, sweet, kind of decadent vanilla, and it's supporting the other notes. The saffron's still there, the iris still there. The black currant, the rose, really just playing supporting roles here, almost to the point that sometimes they get swirled in with everything else and you can't really quite pick them out, like they're blended with everything very well. And then another time you'll smell it, you'll get a nice little pop of it. The sweetness that was there in the opening, it's kind of fading as the fragrance dries down, and it's not a bad thing actually, because when you first spray this on, there's a solid amount of sweetness in there, but then pretty quickly as it's changing and drying down, that sweetness is getting more and more tempered, and the fragrance, because of that, is coming across more elegantly, a little more refined. Guys, I'm gonna let this dry down, do the usual rigmarole, and come back and wrap this up, so be right back. I know I said this before, but it's surprising like how much these subtle changes that are happening as it heads through the mid are improving how this stuff smells off my skin. Like now it's really getting this addictive quality to it. That is awesome, that is lovely. Yeah, this is fantastic. I don't regret this a bit. Man, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna line up another one of these, another one of these Herreras. I'm gonna probably end up just working through all of them at this point, just pick them up as I can. Now, obviously, this is the first time I've sprayed this on, first time I've smelled it, so I can't really speak to the performance here, the longevity, the projection. I can say it's projecting quite well and has been as I've worn the fragrance today. Longevity seems to be above average as well, but that is what I would expect. I mean, it's an eau de parfum. Now, in terms of seasons, this is going to be more fall and wintertime fragrance, more of a cool weather fragrance. I think you could pull it off in early spring as well pretty easily though. And as far as daytime, nighttime use, for me, I'd say either one. Maybe it leans a little bit toward evening use, but I would wear this during the day, no problem. So there we go, Saffron Lazuli. So pumped to have this in the collection. It smells fantastic here off just first whiffs. I am gonna try to buy some more of these. If there are some other ones that are in this lineup that you want me to check out, let me know in the comments. I haven't decided which one I'm gonna buy next. I was just waiting to get this in to see if it was as good as the last. Because if it was really bad, I was gonna maybe like temper expectations and maybe check out some other things. But now this has got me wanting more of these. So there we go. If you smelled it, also let me know what you think about that one. Thank you guys for hanging with me here. Stay safe out there. I'll see you again another day with another video. See you guys later.